First, I'm going to go over my top 5 most regretful pickups from the Scream Factory boutique label. These are titles I never should have picked up. They're just not my cup of tea. I don't want them in my collection any longer, and I gotta caution you on them before you decide to pick them up in a Shocktober sale. And then, of course, I'll get into my 5 must-own Scream Factory titles I absolutely loved picking up. They were such a delightful surprise, and ones I would really recommend you considering picking up in a Shocktober sale. So let's get into this ranking list. But before we do that, you love collecting physical media just like me, go ahead and blockbust that like and subscribe. That way you stay entertained and up to date on all the latest physical media topics. And leave in the comments below, once again, what are your most regretful Scream Factory pickups? And then what are your favorite Scream Factory pickups? And we'll just have a great time talking them movies. Once again, this is just my own personal ranking list, so you want to leave your ranking list in the comments below. But let's get into these titles that just weren't my cup of tea from Scream Factory. First up, we gotta have Motel Hell on DVD. Yeah, I picked this one up when I saw it in a Walmart. It was in a $5 bin, and I'm like, oh, that's a pretty good deal right there. I have to pick this one up. It's a Scream Factory label. Yeah, I know it's DVD, but come on, it's such a good price. At least maybe I'll enjoy the movie, even if the quality isn't the best. But oh my gosh, this movie just looked like a VHS recording to me. The quality was not working on my TV. It just did not look good at all. It was so freaking fuzzy. I just could not deal with it. And the story overall, I just didn't super love. It's a really weird premise. Got people running a motel and they're gathering victims and planting them in the backyard, and it's just really bizarre. And I just don't think it's amazing. It's not a terrible movie. If you like horror sea-level movies, you'll get something out of it. But once again, I just shouldn't have picked up a DVD, especially because they then released it on 4K. If I wanted it, I should have waited for that one. But this is definitely a movie I should have previewed before buying it, because to me, it's kind of a one and done watch. And to me, special features here just aren't anything to rave about. So I could really do without Motel Hell. So that's why it has to be in the regretful purchase pickup side. All right, next up, we're going to have The Fog. Oh my gosh, I know what you guys are going to say. I know I'm going to get heat for these choices out here, but hear me out on this one. The Fog is decent. It's okay for spooky season, but really when you boil down the story, it is just pretty much a ghost spooky tale, some pirates at the end, kind of a lackluster Pirates of the Caribbean almost, and it's just not that amazing sauce of a movie to me. Yes, you got Jamie Lee Curtis in there. That's why I picked up the movie. You even see her mom in it. That's really cool. But other than that, I just think it's kind of weaker on the John Carpenter list of titles. There's many more John Carpenter movies I'd want to plug into the player before The Fog again. So once again, almost a one and done. I didn't really need to get this fancy edition of The Fog. I just think I can do without it now. All right, next up, we got to have Woo! Dog Soldiers. Once again, I know some people love this movie, and that's why I picked it up. I heard great things about it, but oh my gosh, talk about just sea-level horror quality. I just think it's so cheesy and just not really great. It looks terrible to me, in my opinion. To me, it's just not that fun. I've seen better werewolf movies out there. So, when you pick this one up and you're trying to compare it to like An American Werewolf in Paris or The Howling, I mean, those are just so better. This is just really weird and just doesn't work for me. And once again, just not my cup of tea. I don't love like sea-level horror. I need my horror to have some kind of budget to it, or at least just a little bit more than what this was offering. So to me, I watched it once, didn't click for me. Don't feel the need to go back and rewatch it. So why is it in my collection? Once again, these titles may be okay for a one-time watch, but really one and done's, in my opinion, at least for me. All right. Next up, oh my gosh, I know I'm gonna get heat for this one. Oh gosh, I know, but I gotta stick to my truth, right? I gotta have Black Christmas on there. I know the gasps are out there. You guys are saying, what? This is an all-time horror classic, perfect for holidays. I get it. but I don't get it because this is just a snooze fest to me. It was way overhyped when I picked it up. To me, it's really boring. You got just somebody breathing on the phone and talking just the whole time for most of the movie. I'm like, when are we going to get into the exciting, like, horror action? It's just not enough there, not enough of a substance just to be like, oh my gosh, I need to see this one. It's just overall, just like I said, it puts me to sleep. It's tough to get through this one. If you're watching it late at night, I don't know how you get through it. You're gonna fall. It just wasn't capturing my attention. Now it's a very old classic one of the first slashers out there. I get it. So maybe for the time it was amazing sauce, but now I'm just like, I feel like I got better horror holiday alternatives out there. Give me some Krampus over this any day. At least that's more fun and entertaining. I don't love Black Christmas. As simple as that. All right, next up. Oh my gosh. Actually, I don't know if this one's going to be as controversial. A lot of people don't like this one, but some people love it. And we got to have Bubba Hotep, the title that turned me away from collecting Scream Factory for some time on a blind buy. I picked it up, and oh my gosh, what the heck is this story here? I still don't fully get it. Is this the real Elvis? Is it just an Elvis impersonator? He's in a retirement home. It's Bruce Campbell, and it just doesn't really go too much. It just is kind of boring again, very slow. It's just not exciting in any way, shape, or form to me. So I just can't rewatch this one. I can't do it. Like, these movies, once again, are one and done. I didn't get that much enjoyment out of this one. Just such a silly premise, worse on execution. It's just I would watch way more other Scream Factory titles before going back for a rewatch on this one. So Bubba Hotep is the top of the most regretful purchases I personally have. But once again, I know some people love this one. So once again, it just comes to preference. But now let's get into the top 5 must-own Scream Factory titles, titles that are just so delightful, in my opinion. If you're a horror spooky season fan, you're gonna really like these ones. So I would definitely consider these in some future pickups. But here we got They Live. Ah, yes, I know I put another John Carpenter title on the other side, but I absolutely love They Live. I think it's one of John Carpenter's best movies out there. The score is fantastic, but I love the premise. The social commentary keeps up to today. It's just really interesting throughout, and it even picks up with the action at the end. You got sci-fi in there. The aliens look so cool. I love how the sunglasses work. The front cover is amazing. Special features are great. It just has everything. So I absolutely love They Live. Highly recommend checking this one out over the fog. All right. Next up, we are going to have alligator. Chomp, 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 chomp. Yes, this was a delightful little creature feature. Got this alligator just swinging his tail around, going after people. Yeah, it's pretty silly. Yeah, kind of B-level horror, but it just has a fun entertainment value to it, and it's not overly staying its welcome. It has a solid runtime, and it's just really entertaining, in my opinion. So I could go back and rewatch this one. But really, the major selling point, why you want to pick up the Scream Factory edition, the Bryan Cranston interview. Oh my gosh, that interview is so good. You learn so much about Bryan Cranston and his early days in Hollywood. And that interview is just out of this world entertaining. So I would pick it up just for the interview. But you also get the fun creature feature of Alligator. So overall, just I think a great Scream Factory release. I highly recommend considering that one. All right, next up, we are going to have Army of Darkness. Yes, this is one of my favorite Evil Dead movies, probably my favorite out of the classic ones. I just like how this goes, adventure, fantasy. Bruce Campbell's great in this movie, unlike Bubba Hotep. He's just awesome here. He has great one-liners. This movie is very fun and entertaining, but Scream Factory did a wonderful job here, giving us all these different discs, all different cuts of the movie. Yeah, I would love all of them in 4K, but hey, I'll take at least the Blu-rays. But it's just cool we have the different editions in there. It makes you want to go back and rewatch it to see each cut of the movie. And so I just really enjoyed everything they packed in here with the disc, the special features, cool cover, of course, great movie. I just think Scream Factory did a solid job. So just highly, highly recommend picking up their Army of Darkness. All right, next up, we got to have Ooh, a steelbook with killer clowns from outer space. Now, like I said, I don't usually love B-level horror movies, but this one's just so whimsical and fun. The music is awesome. These clowns are so colorful and just pop on screen, and the 4K looks so darn gorgeous. Just the cotton candy, and oh my gosh, their wild and wacky kills are just something out of this world. It's just so outrageous, but it's just so entertaining. I just really like this kind of cult classic movie. Awesome steelbook, beautiful artwork inside and out. Scream Factory knocked it out of the park with this one. So I highly recommend picking up some Killer Clowns from Outer Space. All right, and then number one, we got to get to the top of Scream Factory for me. And oh my gosh, I got to do it. It's my favorite packaging of all time. We got to have Halloween 3, The Season of the Witch, the hard box that it just feels so good and just slips out so easily. I think Scream Factory should do this packaging for all their 4Ks. I would definitely collect a lot more from them if they did that. But this movie is awesome. It was underrated for the longest time, but it's kind of like a James Bond spooky season investigation movie. What's going on with these Halloween masks and this company? And it just gets really entertaining. I just really like the idea behind this movie. Get a little bit of sci-fi mixture in there. I love the commercial and the little catchy jingle. Oh my gosh, it just makes me want to rewatch this one all the time. It's just so cool looking. The front cover artwork, gorgeous, just some of the best artwork I've ever seen. Amazing special features, looks, sounds great on 4K, just an everything kind of package for Scream Factory. That's why it's my number one. That's why it's my favorite, and that's why it's a must own. I don't know if you can still get the hard box anymore, but if you can, it is life changing. But yeah, those are my five must owns and my five regrets. Once again, just all my personal opinions. Leave your choices in the comments below. Of course, share this video out with your movie collecting friends out there if you haven't already. Mega click that like button. That way we can, of course, help that YouTube algorithm. And of course, turn on that subscribe notification bell if you haven't already. That way you're alerted when a new physical media ranking video posts. I'll keep you up to date on everything Scream Factory here and all other boutique labels and amazing physical media collecting greatness. And just have a great day watching and talking the movies. And of course, you want to check out another ranking video over here. Maybe I show you all my Scream Factory titles and rank every single one. Click on that. And thank you so much, my mega membership supporters. If you love talking and collecting movies, consider joining the Mega League of Film Fans through memberships to support content creation while gaining access to perks like shoutouts, exclusive videos, and future topic choices.